Okay, so now everything is going according to plan. You know, God plans everything. He knows everything that I'm going to do because He tells me what to do and what not to do and where to go and where not to go. And so He is the orchestrator of this movement. There was a reason why I gave up my bike, not only because the girl was doing good for herself and working, but also because if I was on a bike, I couldn't orchestrate things that we are doing now. I couldn't move the way I'm moving. So there had to be some sacrifice to get a better result from the masses. Now the masses think that I gave up the bike and that they have the bike because they're fucking geniuses. No, I gave up the bike because I'm the genius, because I have a God that is a real God, and you guys are pretty damn stupid. Now, why do you think that I would spend all my day letting you guys coordinate and get everybody put together so that they can have me under the deepest, hardest surveillance that they could come up with? Why do you think I would do something like that? Well, you see, some of the good guys who are on, FBI, CIA, Homeland Security, and even some rogue agents work for this devil guy. But that's not the kicker. The kicker is this. This is the kicker. The kicker is even the devil guy has problems. You want to know why? Because everything is not all roses and sunshine for him. His bed of candy is no candy. His bed of roses is no roses. They're all part of a master plan from a real, true, loving, caring, inventful God. Now, when I say inventful, I don't mean it as in he invents shit and he just sits around inventing shit all day. No, he invents mind moves, some actions that nobody else sees or predicts, and he executes them in divine time. Now, everybody thinks that they are smarter than God. Even me sometimes. Sometimes I say, hey, you know what? I got this, God. You sit back and let me handle this. And God be like, all right, you go ahead and you handle that. Tell me how that works out for you. And he will back up. He'll remove his hand a little bit. And he will let me do my thing. Now, not all the time am I successful. I can fucking be honest about this. It's like 10% of the time I will come up with a success. 10% out of 100. That is nothing. That's fucking garbage. That's nothing. That's a Z in grade level. You're still at a Z. That God will raise his hand and say, okay, go ahead, do your thing. You think you got this? Go ahead and do it, and let me see how you got it, and I'll grade you, and I won't let you get in too much trouble, but you know what? You're on your own, buddy, because you asked for it, and he'll allow me to do it. Do I feel like a dumbass after I say that? Yes, I do, because you know what? I know for a fact I'm going to fail miserably. But I want God to know that, I'm not going to sit here and depend on you all the time to, fight these battles, because, I'm here because you allow me to be here, and I need to do my shit too. I need to, fight these battles, and I need to show that I have strength and that I'm going to accomplish some shit, and I want to accomplish something, and I want to do it, and I want to say, hey, I did this with God's help, but I still did it. It was my decisions, my actions, my makings, and I did it. So now what? But I can't do that. You know why? Because I look like a fucking dick when I do that. Needless to say, even after all of my shenanigans, I still come up with one fucking thing. You know what that is? Oh shit. AI is fucking, and look at these predators. All these predators that say they're not in service. Why aren't you in service right now, homeboy? It's time for everybody to get out of work. It's not even 4 o'clock, but you're not in service? What kind of service you doing? Where are you running from? Who you at? How you holding it down? Kind of interesting, don't you think? Very fucking interesting. Anyways, it's a nice, cool fucking breeze over here. So yeah, we're gonna come out here and kick it for a minute. And this bus thought it was slick, thinking he can block some fucking some view and shit. But I flip them all off and say fuck you and your asses. Like I always do. Because I'm cool like that. It's not like I hide my hand and throw a stone and be like, I didn't do it. Or it's not like I can't fucking win a woman by just talking to her and have to worry about a man, throwing some magic shit and doing some voodoo shit and some witchcraft shit and, making her get mad, making her leave, making her feel confused, making her feel all those other emotions that she really shouldn't be feeling because they're not hers. That's the sad part about it. That's the sad part about all of this shit. They cannot control a woman without magic. They can't put it in a woman's mind that she is a woman, a goddess, a supreme being that has more to life than some fucking fucked up shit that they think that is funny. And I sit here and I look inside these buses and I think, oh, really? Yeah, it's like that, huh? But they don't expect me to see inside it, but I do see inside it and I see who's in there. And yet they don't believe that because they think that I'm dumb. Well, that's the guy. And the girl is that little kid. Huh. Ain't that a bitch? Anyways. Life. You open up a box of chocolates and you expect to fucking get, this fucking nice chocolate fucking covered raisin or strawberry or whatever. You're expecting that shit. Your mouth watering and shit. Thinking, okay, I ain't fucking bite into this juicy ass fucking chocolate strawberry or whatever. And you fucking bite into it and it's a fucking piece of shit and you got that fucking caca taste in your mouth. That's some fucked up. It's like a guy with some very, very, very bad breath. Very bad breath. And when you kiss him, you just like, you want to gag and you want to throw up in your mouth, but you're so fucking horny, you're just like, then you have to start kissing him and then you just get past it. You fight the urges, you fight the feelings, and you get past it. I don't know how, but you guys do, and it's pretty strange to me if you want me to tell you the truth. Very odd, very, very, but yet you do it. And why do you do it? Well, you do it because of, a couple of reasons. You do it because, first off, you have nothing better to do. Secondly, it doesn't matter what you do or what he's doing because you're going to get your nut on, and that's all that matters. These women will sleep with the fucking most homeless guy and pass a person that is, decent. These women would rather fucking lay down with somebody with fleas than to have a fucking relationship with somebody that cares for them. That's why I say, no. I'll wait until my time when I go home and I'll be with my wife and my daughter and, my family's going to be there. So shit. My home is in heaven where you all are not going. And I can honestly say that and not feel bad because, I see everything now. I see what you guys are trying to do. When they say this is all about me, they weren't lying. It is all about me. I guess that's what it is to be awake, And to be awake and alive is a great, marvelous thing. You can't beat that. You can't beat that with a fucking 10-foot pool or a fucking dead-ass hooker that you're trying to hide underneath your bed because your mama about to come home. It wasn't your fault that you beat her up. Oh, wait, yes it was. It was your fault. You shouldn't have beat her up. Oh, but she wanted to go home to her family. Yeah, I understand that now. I understand completely. And it's a shame because, whatever. Penis Man. That's Jason. Jason's Penis Man. Penis Man. Anyways, I said that because there said Penis Man on the building. So, what I'm trying to say is this. I'm out of time.